Page 24, Malagueña. A famous melody, a lot of fun. This is a nice arrangement. They give you tips for playing fast beat. You always learn it slow and then gradually speed it up. And you can use a metronome to help you gradually speed it up by setting the metronome gradually faster and faster. Never go faster than what you can control, though. It needs to be accurate. Let's look this over. It's 2 pages long, more or less. It's a little longer than that. I'll talk about it. Treble and bass clef, 3/4 time. So the 3 counts of a measure, a quarter note gets a count. We got quarter notes and eighth notes and dotted half notes or whatever. Think we can handle all that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take it both hands together because most of the time it's one hand or the other playing. So let's see if we can do both hands together. When I learn a new piece of music, I like to learn it one hand at a time to make sure I know what each hand is doing before I put them together. But this will shorten the video a little bit. The left hand starts it and you have this E chord. It's a broken E chord here. And the right hand's thumb here, so we're starting here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. They don't need the natural sign to measure 4. It's a natural anyway. But you had G sharps before, so they're just telling you, make sure it's a natural. It's just a courtesy sign. It doesn't hurt anything. Just don't be expecting it. When you're reading music, think, well, they didn't give me that sign, so it must still be sharp or flat or whatever. No, it's unnecessary. It's just, but it's okay. Go down to measure 9. You got 1, 2, 3, and then the chord, the E chord, and the E in the hand. 3. Measure 13. Again, the left hand gets the melody. It's 1, and you hold that down. The left hand's tied, and now hold the right hand down. 1. Bring the thumb down in the right hand. Not moving the hand, just the thumb. Hold that down. Hold that down. Your thumb come back up. Hold the right hand down. Then that broken E chord. Okay, measure 21. They put the stabs together. So in order to get 3 beats in a measure, you got to consider both stabs. 1 and 2 and. 1 and 2 and 3. They just alternate. Boo, 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 boo. So do the boo boos. Get the idea? Last line there at the bottom. Measure 34. You're here. I want you to use the left hand to come up and play the A. You don't have to. I mean, good grief. I could do it. I can reach up one finger and I can play it with the right hand. So I'll leave that up to you. You want to use the right? You want to do that? That's fine. If you'd rather just stay here and use the right hand, that's fine. Either way, I don't care. Then the last note is an A down here. Use any finger you want, I don't care. It has an AV under it, so you got to go down another octave. Go down here. You have a short keyboard and you don't have that note, and play the lowest A you have. So work out the notes and the fingerings and the rhythms and all. No hesitations. Keep it nice and slow. And then we'll think about the articulation. Where you're connecting this at the whole first line and the whole, it's a phrase. Could actually connect it all together. And then starting at measure 10, you get accents. Just play them a little louder. And then to measure 13. The left hand's all connected here. With the right hand, you staccato. Bum, bum, bum. And then. So, On measure 18 and 19, connect all that together. No. Don't go. No, connect it all together. See, these curved lines are not phrase markings, they are slurs. Now the first 2 lines could be considered phrase because those are musical sentences. However, I think I would still connect them together because this is a fast piece. We have to make adjustments because it's a fast piece. But otherwise, these slur lines, you don't have to lift up before and after them. On measure 21 with the 8 notes, the they come across as staccato just because they're eighth notes. So you don't have to make them short. They'll do it anyway. However, as far as interpreting it, if you would like to play them short as interpreting it, that's your choice. But when you're learning the piece, don't do any interpretations to speak of. Just play what's written. And after you get into the music and get to know it, comfortable with it, then you can experiment with interpretation. Now, dynamics. Mezzo forte, moderately loud, sort of loud. It's whatever you think. And then measure 7 and 8, you're going to go up to loud. Here. I would really do it more on measure 8. But each one get a little louder. Here. And then accent and makes them very loud. Both hands. No melody, it's chords. And then in measure 13, the left hand gets the moderately loud. Everything else is in the background. And then on measures 20 or 19 and 20, you see that matching hairpins? It's a swell. It'll swell up and come back down. So you come look in the middle. Right there, you go up to loud. And then come back down. Measure 21, now you're moderately loud. Moderately soft, yeah. You go up to measure 24, up to moderately loud. Up to moderately loud. Then measure 29, you're loud, and accents make them very loud. And then measure 33, down to moderately loud. And connect all this together. And you're up to loud. With an accent makes that A very loud. That's probably why they want the left hand to do it. Because it's easier to play very loud with a second finger than it is with little finger. Because it's a little finger. So you might want to, because of that, use the left hand. And the last note is loud with an accent makes it very loud. As far as the speed goes, well, again, it's allegro. Whatever you think allegro means, to me it means it's got to move, but not super duper fast. So if I go sort of in the middle, that's moderato to me. 1, 2, 3. Allegro would be a little faster. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go super fast or really fast. Now that's too fast. So slow it down. You got to find the right feeling here. You find the hardest part of it, wherever the hardest part is for you, and how fast can you do that accurately, and that's how fast you can take it. Don't be taking the easy part real fast and the hard part slow. It's all got to go one speed. Now they've added pedal. I don't know that you need pedal. It does fine without, but let's talk about it. They put pedal in like at measure 9 all the way across for the chords, and then the same thing in measure 29 for the chords, and then at the end, right? They want that. Okay. So at measure 9, because it's loud, I'm going to put the pedal down with the note, leave it down, and I'm going to lift it up right after I play the note in measure 13. Here. So it's all connected in sound. And then on measure 29, it's the same thing. I'll push the notes, push the pedal down with a note, and then lift it up right after I play the note in measure 33. Here. And then measure 35, I come down a little bit, so now I can push the pedal down right after the note, and then lift it up with the hand, so everything comes up together. That's the pedal, if you want. You can experiment with the pedal and see. I wouldn't use it anywhere else. caution with the pedal, going from measure 8 to 9 here. If there's a chance you push the pedal down too soon, you're going to catch the last note in measure 8. You'll get both of those together. If that's happening, then wait until after you play the note in measure 9 to push the pedal down. It's more important for that to be clean like that than to have the pedal down with the note. So be careful. You have to make these adjustments. It depends on how fast it goes. You get the same problem going from measure 28 to 29. Just you may have to wait until after you play the note in measure 29 before you push the pedal down to make sure you've released that note. You don't want them both. Now there is a repeat sign here. I didn't talk about it, but we've had repeat signs before. So on the end of measure 20, the repeat sign sends you back. There's a reverse repeat sign at the beginning of measure 13. If there were no reverse repeat sign, you'd have to go all the way back to the beginning. But because there's a reverse repeat sign, you do that. So you're only doing 2 lines again. So it's 2 lines longer than what it looks like is all. Let's play it together slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I'm not going to do the pedal because you can hear the notes better without it. So I'll give us 3 counts and let's try it together slowly. Well, slow to me. I don't know. 1, ready, go. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. Repeat. Three, 2, 3, 2, 3. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. Off.